Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Planet Coaster. We're once again working on our Twin Forks Amusement Park entrance slash hotel. This will be the final episode for this hotel for the foreseeable future. The building does get completed. I know, it's been boring. It's never entertaining looking at somebody build a building. But good news, the next one will actually be a ride, so I hope you look forward to that. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be. It definitely won't be a flat ride, but it'll probably be a roller coaster because why else? What else should I start with? I'll pick a spot and put in a roller coaster and go from there. Hopefully, well, it will have the same detail as this building here, so I will not disappoint you on that. So right now, basic stuff going on in front of us. It's just me continuing to work on the other wing that I had left. It's the same basic structure, the wooden floors, all getting adjusted. It's not really a whole lot going on with that right now. Nothing really too interesting, but I definitely wanted to show you what was going on. However, I did decide to go with a slightly different approach this time. The other side was very boxy to begin with, and I kind of took away from it. With this other wing, I decided to just go right into it full force with just making it some odd shape combinations. I picture this as this wing over here contains the presidential suite for the hotel, so it's rather than a bunch of individual rooms, it actually is just one large suite that has multiple bedrooms, multiple, living quarters with kitchenette, stuff like that. Just basically, the wing we already completed is the individual rooms. The wing we're working on right now is the presidential suite. Um, so, a little bit off topic. So, how's everybody been doing during this whole being stuck at home thing? I know I'm a little bit on the crazy side, but I seem to be making it do by doing this. I am enjoying myself in Planet Coaster now. It kind of comes and goes because the creativity can be a bit draining when you're forced to think of new things all the time. But having the amount of extra time I have right now, it's been allowing me to just kind of go in, build for a couple of hours, see what I can get done. If I get enough for an episode, I'll then step away from Planet Coaster, divide the footage up so that I can edit it together for you guys, and I'll upload it to YouTube, give you guys an update of what's going on. So yeah, I think I'm doing all right. So how's everybody else doing? Let me know how you're doing down in the comments. I mean, you may be doing the same stuff I am. Who knows? Maybe you're still working. Let me know. I'd love to hear about it. So over here, I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do with the roof. The other side was a bit of a wave, and this side I wanted to keep that wave aspect to it, but I didn't want to make it look identical to the other side. The what's the word? I can't think of it. Not asymmetrical. The asymmetrical design of this building is kind of what I enjoy about it. Because when you're looking at it, it doesn't look like your eye doesn't just fade off into the distance looking at it. There's different areas as you look at the building, different things will catch your eye and keep you interested. And I really, honestly thinking about it now, I want to keep this motif going on throughout the park. I don't want anything to get dull. I want you to always have things to look at. And I want your eyes to always be interested in what's going on around you. So, this little corner right here, right there where this wing connects up to the main central hub, it kind of gave me a fit later on in the video, just trying to get the roof line to work. I worked my way through it, and it kind of whizzes by with the increased speed, but it ends up looking really well, and I'm kind of happy with the way it went. And I'm kind of impressed with being able to actually solve that problem. That wasn't a thing I would have been able to solve back in the past, but I've learned a lot going through watching other people play, just seeing what techniques they use, and then trying myself to implement them in my own builds, which kind of led to what you're seeing in front of you now. So this back section, I actually extended it out. The other wing was basically 4 blocks deep, and this wing was only 3 blocks deep. And I was thinking it looked a little odd with having the narrower sides, so I was like, I'll put a patio on the back, and who knows, maybe in the future I'll add like a... I would love to make it guest accessible, but I know that would be a very challenging thing to do. I'd have to go into the building and add paths in places where it would be really odd to be able to have them out there with the restaurant eating on the patio and so on and so forth. But I'll definitely look into doing that, because that would be amazing to have the guests entering the hotel on one side and then being able to enter the building on the other side, and you see them up there with, say, picnic tables or some other sort of seating surface that they are interacting with inside this building. And that honestly would be amazing. So there's my solution for the most part for that front wing. It all worked out really, really well. Now I've come back to the back, and I am going to start building it up. I forgot which concrete I had used, so I had to match it up with the other wing. But that was where I started out. Then I start putting up the railings to match the other half of the building. I add the glass in. One thing you didn't notice, it may have went by really, really quick, but I realized that the glass, here it is right here, the glass, I realized could be changed. The color can be changed. I clicked on it, I was like, hold on a second, hold on, look at that, I could change the color. And I converted the entire building. I changed all the glass to white to make it look more realistic. However, bringing it to the white added other issues to where I had to adjust the glass. But it was easily solved. So the nice thing for you guys, considering this is the last build, or last episode of this specific build, it's also the shortest episode of this specific build. All I do is I add, a little bit of exterior details. I go through the full lighting of the building, so the entire building is now lit. I'll do a regular speed walkthrough of the building when I have a little bit more done to it. I don't want to do that until I have the landscaping and everything, because it just wouldn't look right to have a POV walkthrough of it without having everything done. So trying to figure out how I was going to light these areas. I just kind of essentially blanket covered the large areas with light. And I think it looked pretty good. It didn't draw your attention too much, but it just kind of highlighted all the details. So the area I'm lighting up right now, this is that area I was thinking I'm eventually going to turn into a restaurant. Maybe have a stairwell that leads them up to there where they have to walk through a door. Have the actual restaurant in the building so that it's not visible, but then when they want to eat, they have to come up, and then they can sit on the patio and enjoy their food. I really like these square lights. If you can hide them up, they look kind of out of place when you look at them direct on, but when you hide them up in the rafters, they do a really good job at just blanketing the area with light. Yeah, I tested that. I didn't like the way that looked. It was too bright on the ceiling. Drew your eye away from the rest of everything else. So all I did was take those and I raised them up so that their light was better directed over the entire area. Now I go in here to the interior. And I like what I did with this one. I'll have lights that shine up onto the roof. It's the ceiling, and then I have lights that direct straight up the walls to match the downstairs. just kind of wish Planet Coaster allowed the light to reflect a little better, because in a real life situation, this would be plenty of light to illuminate everything in that area, but it just doesn't seem like it, just because the light doesn't reflect realistically sometimes. As you see, that should be plenty of light to illuminate a hall, but for some reason the floor, as you can see, is still dark. I went with a similar setup for this hallway. Had lights pointing up to illuminate the ceiling, and then I took some lights and just kind of fixed them nearby. I might go in off camera and adjust the positioning of these just to make them look a little bit more realistic. And yes, I do add some exterior lights. This was just too bright. I didn't like how, for some reason, I don't know if that's the texture of the wall or what, but it made a circle on the wall, and I did not like the way that looked. So I went out with a different lighting scheme to get what I wanted. I attempted to add a little bit of color. I like the way the blue looks, so I added the color. I didn't want it to be too strong, so I kind of back it away from the wall so that it just kind of gives the wall a light blue glow when it's at, dark. And then in the interior, these are the last of the lights, and the interior is completely lit, just for the doors at the back leading onto the balcony overlooking the ticket area. And there's a good look at it. Pretty much all we have left now is to add the windows and doors to the outside so the building looks like a building once again. Oh, one little thing here. I realized, hey, I have an area here. How can I make this look better? So I just mimicked what I did in the back wall, and I added a glass panel, put a door in the glass panel, and now there is a visible exit to get onto the restaurant balcony. I really, really like the way this turned out. Details going on there, trying to match the colors. I deleted the light because it didn't fit. Put it back when I put that overhang piece in. Finishing up the windows on the outside. I noticed I have some pieces that look a little off there. I might have to go back in and... Yeah, you see how it kind of, the depth isn't the same. I might have something out of whack there. I'll go take a look at it later on. And with that, the main entrance building is complete. This is a real-time circular view of what is completed. I'm very happy with the results. So if you've enjoyed these videos so far, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, or the dislike button if you didn't like it. However, I hope to see you soon, and you guys should have a wonderful, wonderful evening.